Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. What a beautiful day. It's a great day to be a Zip. It's a great day to be at the University of Akron. And it's a great day to be in the city of Akron. We're so grateful that you're all here for this special announcement and celebration. My name is Larry Burns. I serve as Vice President for Advancement at the University of Akron. And it's my pleasure to welcome you to the Betty V. and John M. Jacobson Common Room in our Honors College. On behalf of the University of Akron, our Board of Trustees, many of who are here today, our Foundation Board, we have Vice Presidents, we have students, we have faculty members, we have donors and friends. I want to welcome you to this great occasion. And it's my pleasure to start off by introducing our Chairman of the Board, Mr. John Pavlov.
Thank you, Larry. On behalf of the university's Board of Trustees, welcome all of you to our university and our Honors College. I'm delighted to see students, faculty, staff, and alumni in attendance, and it is particularly gratifying to see so many community members and university supporters here as well. This university and this community are inseparable. While the efforts of the university's faculty and students strengthen and enhance the regional economy, the community provides the lifeblood of the university in many significant ways. Most of our students come from this community, and most of our alumni stay and work in this region. Today, two of those alumni turn again to their alma mater to make it even stronger. In doing so, they open new doorways for young people and help them pave new paths to the future. This is how it should be. This is how a community thrives, and this is how a community grows. I'm privileged to be here to witness this wonderful event, and I'm delighted to share the experience with all of you. At this time, I would like to ask Dr. Scarborough to come forward and offer his comments on today's activities.
Sir. Thank you, John. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here today. This is an exciting day, a great day. We meet here today at near the geographic center of our campus. And this is more than a happy coincidence. This location was deliberately chosen because an honors college represents the core of a university. This is where the academically best of the best are invited to come and to live and to learn together. Now here you're going to find students of both genders, most races, many different religions. They come from cities, towns, suburbs, inner cities, and everything in between. Their dreams range from performing on Broadway to working in Hong Kong to raising a family here in Northeast Ohio. They are about as diverse as they can be, but they have this one thing in common: the potential and the desire to achieve at a very high level. And though the introverts among them might deny it, deep down in their hearts, they know they are our future leaders, but leaders in all different kinds of ways. No one is automatically enrolled in this college, no matter how high their GPA or ACT score. Honors students choose to be honors students. They receive benefits, early registration for classes, honors seminars, special advisors, scholarships, and the option to live here in this beautiful learning community in the heart of campus. But they are also expected to give back as well. All honors students are encouraged to actively participate in their regular classes and on group projects, community projects. Some are recommended to the Emerging Leaders programs or Phi Delta Epsilon. We also ask honors students to be peer mentors, to consider study abroad, to engage in service opportunities. And just as our student athletes carry on our name forward in sports competitions, we encourage honors students to compete in national and international design and academic competitions to represent our university. In our last survey of graduating honors students, 80% of the respondents had jobs or graduate school appointments lined up prior to graduation. I believe the leadership and the staff of the Honors College has done a superb job in nurturing and guiding these exceptional students. But today, now, we ask them to do even better. These students are the potential leaders for a world that is rapidly changing. They will deal with challenges that our generation can't anticipate. They'll encounter opportunities we haven't even dreamed of. How can we prepare them for this future? It can start with an honors college that teaches more globally, that challenges more creatively, that engages more directly, and that networks more extensively. In a moment, our new dean of the Honors College, Dr. Lakeisha Ransom, will tell you a bit about how we intend to do that. And as many of you in the business world know, it is one thing to plan for upgrades and expansions. It's quite another thing to actually fund them. So when friends like Dr. Gary and Pamela Williams step forward and say, "We want to help," it is only right that we acknowledge their extraordinary kindness and generosity in an appropriate manner. As you will soon hear, their philanthropy will create broad new opportunities for this college, and for that, we are extraordinarily grateful. Over the years, our Honors College has enjoyed tremendous growth. About 16 years ago, it evolved from a program into a college. Enrollment continues to rise, and by 2010, it totaled 1,500. By this fall, we enrolled nearly 2,000 students, a record number for the college. With the great help of Gary and Pam Williams, we are confident we can continue that trajectory for years to come. As promised, Dr. Lakeisha Ransom will now tell us a bit about the college and its plans. Lakeisha.
Thank you, Dr. Scarborough, and thank you all for joining us here today. On a day when the wind is perfect, the sail just needs to open, and the world is full of beauty. Today is such a day. These words that Rumi penned nearly 800 years ago describe succinctly the atmosphere in this room today. On behalf of my predecessors, our students, our faculty, and our staff, I thank you, Dr. and Mrs. Williams, for being the wind that allows our sail to open. Here in the Dr. Gary B. and Pamela S. Williams Honors College, we have the opportunity to work with bright, talented, motivated, and engaged students from across the University of Akron. Your generosity will help enable our students to explore the intricacies of the disciplines and to impact our community, our society, and our world. As a result of your generosity, students will explore the world. We will launch the Oxford Study Abroad program that will enable exemplary Williams Scholars to study for a semester or a summer at the world's oldest English-speaking university. There, they will experience the unique Oxford tutorial method of instruction and study with world-renowned scholars from across various disciplines. This summer, a group of Williams Honors students will travel to Southeast Asia, where they will volunteer 10 days at an elephant sanctuary, visit UNESCO World Heritage Sites in Thailand, Cambodia, and Myanmar, and connect with communities throughout these three countries. For as exciting as this adventure will be, it is my hope that the insights gained will enable these students to understand more deeply communities here in Akron and to co-create solutions to challenges that present themselves here in our own community. Next January, we will collaborate with Familias de Esperanza to offer an honor service trip to Guatemala. And we have begun framing a program in Cuba where Williams Scholars will experience the rapid transition of this island nation and connect with some of the best young jazz artists in the world. Your gift will allow us to provide even more enriching opportunities for Williams Scholars that will stretch their abilities and invigorate their pursuit of knowledge. Because of you, we can expand undergraduate research opportunities, that will enable our students to work alongside our esteemed faculty as they contribute to the creation of knowledge and the pursuit of discovery. Williams Honors Scholars from the social sciences, the humanities, and the arts will work with scholars from the physical and the natural sciences, using design thinking principles to create solutions to some of society's most pressing issues. Your gift will also enable our students to compete in the world's largest student case competition designed for social good, the $1 million Holt Prize. Over 25,000 applications were submitted to this year's competition. 300 global regional finalists were selected, and our team is one of 60 teams invited to compete in Dubai this spring. There, they will pitch their social enterprise designed to double the income of 10 million people by the year 2022. In a few moments, you will hear from one of the members of this team, Vishal Churasia. Beyond your generosity, 3 additional attributes describe the individuals whom I have come to know over the past several months: excellence, service unto others, and community. It is my hope that these attributes will embody the esprit de corps of the Williams Honors College. I would like to introduce you to 2 of our students who represent these attributes: Aaron Sigfirth and Vishal Churasia. Over time, I ensure that you will meet many others. Thank you for your vision. Thank you for your generosity. And thank you for your commitment to our students and this great university. At this time, I would like to invite Aaron Sigfirth to join me at the podium and to share a few words.
Hello, everyone. As Dr. Ransom said, I am Aaron Sigfirth, and I'm a freshman here at the University of Akron. I have lived in Akron my entire life, so you might imagine that my transition from Firestone High School to the University of Akron would be relatively seamless or uneventful. Fortunately, this has not been the case. Since enrolling in Akron's Honors College, I have grown and matured into a person I'm proud to be. The people here are helpful, welcoming, and dedicated to our growth as students and as people. I feel incredibly grateful to have found a home within a home here in the Honors College. This program has motivated and encouraged me to do more than I ever thought I would or could before. For example, I've recently decided to take on the challenges of teaching English to 7th through 12th graders with a second major in English, so I can be extra qualified in my field and hopefully teach at the college level someday. Studying at the University of Akron has given me the courage to reach my full potential as a student. Alongside my studies, I assistant teach at Martell School of Dance, where I grew up dancing for 15 years. I absolutely love my job because it gives me a chance to work with children outside the traditional school setting. Similarly, during the summer, I act as a counselor with a program called Camp Invention in Akron Public Schools. Among the campers in this program are refugees from Southeast Asia, which leads me to another unbelievable opportunity presented to me by the Honors College. This summer, I will be a part of a group of honors students led by Dean Ransom, who will spend about 3 weeks in Thailand, Cambodia, and Myanmar. During our visit, we get to work closely with elephants and explore incredible sights while experiencing a totally new culture. Before the trip and throughout the spring semester, we plan to engage in volunteer work with the Karen population in Akron. I am especially excited for this because of my existing relationship with those students thanks to Camp Invention. Many of these students are refugees from Southeast Asia, and their optimism, enthusiasm, and eagerness to learn and grow is something that inspires me every day. Watching those brave children is really humbling, and I admire them greatly. Visiting Southeast Asia has actually been a dream of mine since I was 15 years old and a sophomore at Firestone High School. I desperately wanted to learn more about the culture of the students I worked so closely with. I even set up a GoFundMe page to fund an adventure I had planned out and organized. Unfortunately, this trip was not funded, and my plans never came to fruition until now. After all this time, I can't believe that my dream is finally becoming a reality, thanks to the Honors College and today's incredibly generous donors. I am so grateful for the opportunity, and I know the experience will be unforgettable. The trip to Southeast Asia is one of many examples of how the Honors College not only helps students like me to achieve our academic goals and earn impressive credentials, but also teaches us how to be empathetic, culturally understanding human beings. These qualities are invaluable in a world so heavily reliant on human connection and in a world growing smaller and smaller every day. As Mark Twain wisely noted, travel is fatal to prejudice, bigotry, and narrow-mindedness. I'd like to take this moment today to thank the Honors College and especially our very generous donors for helping me take this gigantic step toward a broader mind, an enriched soul, and a life full of learning. Next, I'd like to everyone to join in welcoming my incredibly talented peer, Vishal Chaurasia.
Hello, everyone. My name is Vishal Chaurasia, and this past May, I walked the stage and graduated from the Honors College with my undergrad degree in polymer mechanical engineering. And now I'm continuing on here at Akron for my MBA. So first, I'd like to really share a story of how I ended up here in Akron. So I was raised in Buffalo, New York, and about 4 years ago, I applied to colleges all across the country. I was really good at chemistry, but I also wanted a lot of engineering, and then the whole field of material science, polymers emerged as a big opportunity for me that I wanted to explore. So I applied all across the country, and Akron was one of them. And I got offers and scholarships from all the universities, and when it came down to choosing, I had to look very carefully. And I started to look very carefully at courses, but also which university can provide research experiences and these other extracurricular experiences that can enrich the experiences of students beyond just coursework. And for that, the University of Akron was superior. And so here I am today. And the University of Akron also provided a honors prestigious scholarship. And the scholarship funded full tuition, room and board for 4 years. So everything was aligning perfectly for choosing the University of Akron. Now, I'd really like to emphasize how the Honors College and Akron has allowed me and many students like me to engage in extracurricular experiential learning opportunities. In my case, I got really involved with scientific research. And from a very early stage, starting right from second year, I was able to participate in research with the world-renowned faculty in polymer science. And we did many projects, and these projects, they led to a publication in Scientific Journal, where I was a co-author, also an inventor on a patent. And these are the types of experiences and opportunities that can really build a strong foundation for your career that lies ahead. And furthermore, not just participating in these projects, but also having the opportunity to present these projects at international conferences. For example, I was able to present at the International Elastomer Conference in Nashville, where I also competed and ended up winning the Best Undergraduate Poster Award, along with the $1,500 check, which was very nice. But something else that was really great is when I went to Nashville through a connection through the Honors College, I got a meeting with the president of Bridgestone. And I met with him and networked, and that summer I got an internship at Bridgestone, and now I have a full-time offer from Bridgestone. So these types of things that may not show up on paper, but they're very important in creating these experiences for students. And furthermore, some other competitions were the Adhesion Society competition in Georgia. And here we met with a lot of industry experts and academia experts from all around the world to come and collaborate and learn about the latest and greatest in research. So during my Akron experience, as I was getting involved a lot with research, I learned that one of my other passions is not just research, but commercialization of research, entrepreneurship, and also the business end. And once again, the university had an avenue where I could explore this. So I was able to participate in a startup company, a tech startup company that's been out of the lab on nanotechnology and adhesives. And this really allowed me to take a totally different perspective on research, where we're not just inventing and innovating something, but we're inventing and innovating to bring to market, to solve problems that to solve real world problems. And that puts a totally different spin on things and something that I can see my future career go towards. And having that kind of experience is extremely monumental. The last topic that I'd like to touch on, Dr. Ransom introduced it, is the HULT Prize, the Global HULT Prize. And I'm fortunate enough to be on one of the, to be on the team for Akron, along with 3 other honors students. And we will be competing in Dubai this March for the regional finals. And what I'd really like to emphasize here is that we are all from diverse backgrounds. We have engineering, biomedical engineering, finance, business, international business, marketing, and where we can all collaborate, bring our strengths to the table to solve a real problem for social good. And I think that's really where teams can come together and bring ideas to life. And thank you.
Thank you. How about that? Our students here at the University of Akron and the Williams Honors College. Very impressive. Today we're really here to celebrate these 2 lovely people, these 2 alumni who met when they were at the University of Akron. They fell in love, got married, and their first gift was in 1969, the year after they graduated. So it's been a great journey. Today, I have the pleasure and the honor to talk about what we're really celebrating. Today, the University of Akron is pleased to announce that Gary and Pam Williams have established a charitable commitment of more than $10 million to the University of Akron. And I'll just give you a little bit of a highlight of what the funds will be used for as we move forward into the future. First, Honors College Endowment Fund to support innovative academic programming, much of which you heard about a few minutes ago, and who knows what's going to happen in the future, but it will all be good. Endowed lecture series in biology, which supports for nationally known scientists to discuss and demonstrate research techniques to our students. And then an endowed scholarship for gifted students, which provides fees for housing, books, tuition, and all the things that cost going to the University of Akron. And as we work into the future with Gary and Pam, we'll be able to do some wonderful things because of their generosity. And so right now, it's my pleasure and honor to ask them to come up and say a few words.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Please be seated. Thank you. We didn't talk together too much about how we were going to do this presentation, and so
You'll talk, I'll interrupt.
And so what I decided to do was to tell you all that I'll start, and as always, she'll clean up after me. I'm being funny.
Yeah, thanks.
Poor attempt at humor. I want to thank all of our friends and neighbors who came out this afternoon. This is far larger than I ever expected it to be. It almost makes it seem like it was worthwhile slugging it out in the middle of the night, doing ruptured appendixes, perforated ulcers, bowel obstructions for the last 40-some years that provided me the opportunity to do this. I'm afraid you're going to have to hear a little bit of my story. My story is not too complex. I was born and raised in Akron, Ohio. I attended the Akron public school system from the 1st through the 12th grade. I came to the University of Akron when it was still a municipal university. I graduated in the last year when it turned to a state school. More than anything else, our contribution to the university is to the university because it provided us an education. It provided us an opportunity to expand our lives. We participated in Greek life. I was editor of the Book Delight my senior year. We were participants as freshman counselors. We did a lot of things. When we talk about our memories of the university, I'm afraid it's not the academics, it's everything else that we did and enjoyed. Although the academics were certainly enough to get me into a medical school and to get a degree and to do what I so much enjoy and have enjoyed for my entire career. But what we're really saying is that this is a payback, or as my wife said at the press conference, it's actually a pay forward. We're thanking the good citizens of Akron, the taxpayers of Akron, who provided me an education and an opportunity to be where I am today. And this is just a small part, I know, but we're so happy to do this. This is a very pleasurable event for us. As those of you who know me well, my wife has been poking me in the ribs all day long and saying, remember, smile. It's not one of my great attributes at times, but it is a pleasure to be here. It's an honor to make this contribution. It is not a burden. It's something that we have talked about for years, and we hope that it'll allow the university to move forward, and specifically the Honors College. And now, the last word.
He actually did a really good job. There's not much I need to clean up this time. When we were on campus years ago, the Honors College didn't exist. It was prior even to the Honors Program. Had it been here when we were on campus, Gary, I'm sure, would have been a part of the Honors College. He applied himself much more diligently than I did. But we're hoping that now we can help provide to students an experience that he would love to have had, that we both would love to have had at the time that we were on campus. It wasn't available. It is now, and for our being able to assist helping other students experience some of what we did, and the amazing students now carry it much further. So just to be a part of this is wonderful. Thank you.
So Gary and Pam, in recognition of the importance and scope of the announced gift to the college, which raises the cumulative gift to well over $10 million, I'm pleased to announce that our board will formally take action, pass a resolution at its February 10th meeting to name this college, the Dr. Gary B. and Pamela S. Williams Honors College. Now, Pam and Gary, if you'll do us the pleasure of joining our students in unveiling the new logo for our Honors College.
All right, get everybody's drink. Lakeisha. Lakeisha, will you give that to John? So I'd like to propose a toast to Gary and Pam Williams for 47 years of giving back to the University of Akron, for the love you have for each other, and for the gift which you have given that will impact lives forever and ever. We salute you. Hear, hear. How about one more loud round of applause for these wonderful people?